Yes, people. What's going on? Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video today. This is the PL preview for the weekend. And we are going to be discussing Ruben Amorim's announcement, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Ruben Amorim, to Manchester United. Yes, this was a player who Chelsea and Liverpool looked at previously as a potential manager, and he's now gotten his dream move to the Premier League. We also will be talking about Manchester United. Next game is up against Chelsea, where Ruud van Nistelrooy, the club legend, will be in charge to, of course, help them see a smooth transition, and maybe they can get a win versus Chelsea off the back of the Carabao Cup performance that they had versus Leicester, which was a 5-goal thriller for that. No, a 7-goal thriller. When you think about it, the other 2 goals went to Leicester's way. Crazy. And that's the first time Manchester United have scored 5 goals since like Ten Hag's first season. That's just crazy to think. They really took off the shackles in that game. Arsenal played the 12:30 kickoff versus Newcastle, and we'll talk about Arsenal versus Newcastle. It is a tough game to play away to Newcastle, but Newcastle are not in a good place right now. I have a couple co-workers who are Newcastle fans, and they're telling me they're confident they're going to lose. And then you got Manchester City have an injury crisis. Everybody's going crazy. Could this be the year from hell for Manchester City? And of course, there's always that little Phill Foden debate floating about. Maybe we shouldn't bring it up today, or else Vader will lose his head. But we will have Vader on the show. We will have Jay on the show. We will have Ahmed, the Chelsea fan, on the show. But right now, we got Rak and we got my boy M in the building. And I think it's only right that we start with the Liverpool and the Manchester United fan discussing the appointment of Ruben Amorim. Because if I'm not mistaken, you and Tom Little were speaking a lot about Ruben in the summer before you guys got Arne Slot. And now that Ruben Amorim's joined Manchester United, it is a little bit funny how some Liverpool accounts are deleting their comps and videos.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be unfair to say that I was talking about it with Tom a lot. Tom was the instigator in chief. Shout out Tom Little. Yeah, he was his biggest supporter and was early. He came in early, like when even when there was talk of maybe Klopp leaving and things like that. Some people, I'm not going to name no names, were even wanting Klopp out. Very, very few, let me add. It wasn't when people will say Liverpool fans wanted them out. There were probably 2 of them. So, but this guy in particular was one of them. He was Ruben. They call him Ruben apparently in his Portuguese accent. Yeah, look, he comes with a solid CV. But so did Eric Ten Hag. And we shall see. At least, the thing is, now Ineos and I don't say Glazers, I guess, but Ineos have got their guy. They got their own man in. Let's see if they can step up.
Yeah, so the 2-time Portuguese league winner, a guy who's formerly played versus Manchester United's current center back, Johnny Evans. Back in the day when he first had his stint at Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. And also, you got your man. You guys got a new head coach. Ten Hag's gone. The confidence you guys must be having. How you feeling, bro? Tell me. Does it feel like a weight has been lifted?
Bro, like, yeah, I'm extremely happy. I still feel like I'm dreaming, to be honest. But yeah, Ten Hag had to go. Like, it's nothing personal, but it started to get a bit personal. Like, I think every Man United fan can agree with that. But yeah, he was supposed to be going Liverpool, Amorim, wasn't he? Like, there was a lot of talk. I think he was supposed to be going West Ham as well, but I think West Ham didn't want to pay the extra fees because you're gonna have to pay for his coaching staff as well, and I think that cost us like more than 10 million, so more than the release clause. So I don't think West Ham wanted to go through with that. But also, I don't think he wanted to go to West Ham. Like, he was also talking to Liverpool at that same time. So maybe he was waiting on that Liverpool deal to go through. I'm not sure why that didn't go through, because I believe that he was your first choice. Big up, man. Yeah, so he was your first choice from what I know. So I still don't know. Maybe it's because of the 3 at the back. Maybe you guys don't have the players to do it. In a sense, I believe you do, because you got Robinson and Trent could do that. You got defenders to do it. But I feel like Man United were going to get this guy from the summer, because even certain signings like the Ugarte deal, we were linked with so many other players, so many other centre mids, but we still went in for Ugarte. And obviously he's worked with him before. He's crucial to his system. So I think that signing is starting to make sense. 2 centre backs. We signed Lenny Yoro, and we were also going to sign that Braithwaite from Everton. So we were linked to 2 centre backs. We wanted to get them in, but yeah, we got the lit in as well. So that's an extra centre back. So I feel like this was planned, and the deal happened so quick. Erik ten Hag got sacked on Monday, and now we're talking about Amorim's in a job by the next week, like literally next international break. Ruud van Nistelrooy's got 3 games, so that alone speaks for itself. And I give credit to Ineos, you know, because you have to actually put respect where it's due. Because for me, a lot of fans, including myself at times, I was like, why was you taking so long? Why are you not sacking him? But
they had a plan.
Yeah.
Can you say thanks to the Glazers as well, please? We just want to hear that.
No, but the thing is, the Glazers have nothing. No, but Ineos.
I'm joking.
Guys, let's be real. Like Ineos control football. Do you know what I mean? No, but Ineos.
Wait. Why are you bigging up the Glazers, Vader?
No, he's just
hold on. No. We're not going to do this. If everybody wants to talk about who gets credit for hiring who gets credit for appointing who, let's go to who the Glazers chose to give partial ownership to, right? Let's go back and see that they did their due diligence, went through who was applying for partial ownership, and chose Ineos. They get credit for this.
No.
Yes.
It was not. No. It was not that. They were holding out for more money. They wanted 8 billion. Yeah. When the club was literally worth about 3.5 or maybe 4 max. Yeah. Max. And the club was in debt by like 1 point something bill. So you might as well add that on. Right. And the Glazers, and I think the how much did they offer the Qatari lot?
So the Glazers get no credit for this.
Credit for what? Like they done a smart decision by they just handed someone else the responsibility with
no credit
even
for
now no one's talking about the Glazers. Like no one's mentioning the Glazers, and even me, I've still got them in the back of my mind. But it's smart what they done. But they put Ineos as the head of sporting director, as the head of all sporting issues.
Credit
and
to
stuff
Glazers
like
for that.
So yeah, it's smart business. But what am I thanking them for? Because at the same time,
all right, let me do this because I know I'm joining late. I want to point this out because M admitted, he said, you know what? He was wondering what's taking so long. Why haven't they sacked Erik ten Hag? All this kind of stuff. He's very similar to many other United fans who are ready. Get this guy out of here, right? They're ready. Get this guy out of here. And what did Ineos and the Glazers do? They showed patience. They actually showed that they weren't listening to the fan base for once. They were going to do their due diligence. They're going to figure out who might be lined up as the next manager up. And they were going to, you know what? We'll sack him when everything behind closed doors is all set and fixed. We're not just going to fire him and then have it pending on who might be next. They knew exactly who was next and waited this out.
Why would you wait for with all due respect? Yeah, I don't think a loss to West Ham. Like, come on, man. We've had worse losses this season. So for me, even that what was so big about that defeat to West Ham, and even then we outperformed them. We should have Dalot missed an open goal. So what you're telling me is, even if Dalot scored that goal, you're telling me these lot weren't thinking, okay, next result, we're gonna sack him, because I believe they were.
I think.
Vader. Are you gonna say? I want you to hear from you. Say thanks to Texan Shinawatra for sending you to Abu Dhabi. You willing to do that? Go on, say thanks, Texan. Come on, thanks, Texan.
I am going to actually. You know what? I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting the previous owner that was pretty much doing it on crumbs and actually got into scandal. I'm thanking him.
He wasn't doing it on crumbs. He had money. It's just all his money. He got bankrupt while he was in charge of you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You still got to thank him.
You know what
I'm a man. I'm gonna thank him actually.
Yes.
You know what it is though, man. Maybe the Glazers put pressure because they're like, listen, we need to make money. We're not gonna get top 4. Maybe that put big pressure on Ineos. You never know, man.
All right. Let me just say this. While I have 2 people downstairs that are NPCs, they're gonna get this. They're gonna get themselves sorted out very soon. But before we go any further, just let everyone know, I don't know where this guy is coming from saying you don't have that energy for Terry. I'm the last person to say that. I always get into arguments with Terry. I got into an argument yesterday with Terry over Phill Foden. We're going to talk about that again, probably today. But before we go any further, please do hit the like button, guys. Please do hit the subscribe button. Let me know, do you guys think Manchester United, their next couple games for Ruben, the first 5 games that Ruben Amorim's going to be in charge, it is quite tough. Like,
No, I wouldn't say that.
forget about the Chelsea game, because the Chelsea game doesn't count as a game.
No, he's not involved in that. He's not involved in that.
He's gonna face Ipswich away, Everton at home, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, and then Man City. The difficulty gets difficult. The difficulty just gets harder every game.
He played Pep earlier on this year, and I'm pretty sure he had his number in Europe.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah.
Ahmed, if you're on the train, it's fine.
No, actually, no. Tell a lie. Sorry, he's coming up to play Pep. So I think before he joins Man United, it's Sporting City.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to hear it here first.
Sporting.
Yeah,
I want to hear it here
Sporting,
first.
and then
if you can give me a prediction for what you think the first 5 games under him are gonna go. Ipswich away, win.
100%. Oh, wait. Ipswich away. Wait. They stuck it on Liverpool, bruv. Oh, my. But at the same time, you lot went direct. You lot went direct.
So you're saying no new manager bounce?
Do you know what? Like, Ipswich away, I haven't been, like, this season. I've just... A win. No. We'll win. 100%.
1 minute ago, you said 100%.
No.
Seconds, now you're like,
We're winning. We're winning. All right, look, we're winning. I just thought about it, man. This is free at the back. I haven't seen it yet.
He doesn't believe in the
Everton?
Free at the back.
You don't believe in the gaffer. You don't believe in
All right, cool, bro. We're going to win against Ipswich. Everton's at home or away?
Home.
We're winning. Everton, we're winning.
Arsenal away.
Oh, bro, you lot deserve a spanking after last season. You beat us twice, so you're getting it.
So you don't know about Ipswich, but you're gonna come to our ground and beat us.
Bro, you're getting it.
All right. There's no point in doing this.
No. Bro,
are you gonna beat Man City away also?
But the thing is, you said Ipswich is his first game, right?
Are you gonna beat Man City?
But hold on.
The Omar Barada derby, you're saying? We're saying about the Omar Barada derby.
Ipswich is his first game, man. So Omar Barada as well. I think Omar Barada had something to do with this deal as well, the manager, because even apparently he was supposed to take over after Pep. Like, and obviously I'm sick and tired of saying this. Yeah, no, it's true. Like I'm telling you, that's like he was next to take over at for City. That's what I'm hearing.
Interesting. I didn't think about that. That's an interesting take. But before we go any further, do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button right now. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a single penny. But
yeah, guys, get the likes up, man.
We got a big game. Are you not playing on Sunday, 4:30? Chelsea, Manchester United.
Yes, 64
Ahmed,
people.
come to the table. Are you
likes
confident
up, man.
for Man United?
Listen, man. I'm telling you right now.
You're not sounding good, bro.
I'm not even worried at all, mate. I'm winning this game.
You sound your connection sounds worried.
Yeah,
your connection sounds worried.
The internet is going against you. But talk to me.
All right. I'll come back. I'm almost home anyway. I'm like 10 minutes away. So
all right. You know what? Before we talk about Chelsea, Man United, then we'll just take a break until Ahmed gets back. But let's talk about Vader's team. Yo, Vader, your boys lost in the League Cup. What going on?
Yeah, we lost in the League Cup. Do I dare say that was my B team, C team? I don't know. Could we have won it? Jay's not here. We'll see what happens, what he thinks in terms of the Spurs performance. But listen, Pep said from the very beginning, don't expect to see many first teamers in this League Cup. Am I disappointed? Yes, because I think we were good enough to win.
Did he disrespect the competition?
No, absolutely not. The reason why we had to field the team that we did, and I know fans like Igal says, you know what, injuries are part of the sport. I don't want to hear about this. Stop with your sob crying stories, right? No one wants to hear about injuries.
No sympathy for the 4-time title winners.
Yeah, no one wants to hear that, for example, no one wants to hear Arsenal could have won the league had they not had Saliba. No one wants to hear any of that. So when it comes down to City, nobody wants to hear that we're out going into this competition with no Gvardiol, no Akanji, no Grealish, no Doku. Savinho came off the pitch, right? No Diaz.
Almost at 11, right? Almost at 11.
9 players are out. 9 players are out. But again, I don't expect anyone's sympathy. I don't expect anyone to care because you know what? When you win 4, right, M? Rack?
This is it.
Whoa.
When you win 4,
I applaud this attitude, Raider. I applaud this attitude.
No, it's true, but at the
Winners
same
know.
time, at least you know because like we no sympathy coming your way, bro.
No. Winners know. Winners know there's no excuses. Winners know you get the job done. And listen, right now we're first day of November, so there's a lot of seasons left, a lot of part of the season left. The fact that we're out of this League Cup, though, funny enough, it puts a lot of pressure on these other clubs. It puts a lot of pressure on these other managers.
Beta, sorry, man. Quick one, yeah. Just wanted to. Sorry to interrupt, yeah. Can we touch on Gundo, please, bro?
Gundo's he's had a tough couple games. I can't lie to you. I think it's a large part of it is because of the legs. He doesn't quite have the legs to really do that role at 6. He's been a little off with some of his passing, and he needs a partnership. I feel more comfortable when I see a Gundo, Kovacic in that midfield, maybe with a Foden. That might be the 3 that I want. But
Do you think he's over the hill now? Do you think he's done, or can he reclaim the form that he had before he went to Barca?
no, he's not done. But what we need from him is he was never expected.
Form that you had at City, you mean?
He was
Bro,
never
Gundogan's
expected to
older
play
than
every
me, man.
game.
These days are done.
He was never expected to play every game. He was expected to play. Buckle up, buddy. He was expected to maybe play every other. Maybe expected to play in a partial role. Not this. We need you every game. Kova, Gundo. That partnership is cool, but they can't be expected to play every. So I'm gonna say this.
Do you think Gundogan is past it?
He's not. Wait, past his peak? Yes, he's past
I wouldn't.
his peak.
No,
you
he's
think,
past
like,
his
you're
peak,
gonna be
mate.
able
If he had
to
a
do-
Rodri,
Do you think he could carry you like he ever did, like his last season, the way he carried you guys? Do you think you'd ever see him replicate that this season?
Yeah.
I mean, that was pivot. He was so pivotal in the
He
business end of the season
pivotal,
that
and he
year.
was Rack, and he was also playing more advanced. What's asked of him right now is for him to play more of a controlling role, right? More of a 6, like giving the double pivot. So I don't know if we can rely on him that way. But we just honestly, us out of this League Cup, it's wait, what was the phrase? Bigger
Blessing,
bigger
bigger.
cookies?
Oh no!
bigger fish
No,
to fry.
Bigger
Bigger
fish to fry.
fry.
Bigger fish to fry. So I mean, we got to focus on the.
Bro, did you see the memes? Yeah, I saw pictures of like Pep Guardiola smiling back at his bench.
Raider knows
when you lot
exactly
were
what he's
losing.
doing. He knows
All
exactly
right.
what he's doing.
All right. So Man City win all these games. They won all these leagues. They've done all these things. They're still top of the league with all these injuries. But they got a game coming up, Bournemouth, right? And in this game, you're gonna need your boys to step up. We know Haaland's gonna step up, but the question lately has been Phil Foden.
When you know, why do you know?
Player of the season
And
last
he's
year,
right.
Phil Foden. Why has he not stepped up yet?
Why hasn't Foden not stepped up yet?
Oh, City away at Bournemouth, bro. Bournemouth have been putting teams to the test over there. And
Yo,
the
right,
City-
M? Bournemouth are dangerous.
Yeah, away. No, but Bournemouth away, they are. Well, Bournemouth at home. Sorry. So I mean, yeah, go in there. They've actually had good performances at home. They showed up
they
against
beat us.
Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying.
They've showed up against Arsenal.
Did
So,
they?
yeah, they did.
Did they? Clean sheet. Clean sheet versus Arsenal.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
they
looking
did
at the
get a man
fact
sent
of
off,
danger.
though, innit? So
But I see what Gal's doing. Rather than focus on the conversation with regards to the team that I'm about to come up with the injuries that I have, he wants to then talk about, well, where's Phil Foden big? He wants a conversation on Phil Foden. And I know why. I know why Phil Foden's got to be the focal point, why he's a topic of discussion, because a player of the year has to be talked about. A player of the year that is the benchmark for every other club's star boy has to be talked about. Now, Foden, he's been out early in the season for a few reasons, okay? His health was a concern. One of his kids' health was another reason. Mentally, he wasn't quite up to it. But according to Pep, press conference, he's happy. He's happy playing again. He's got a smile on his face. He's healthy and good to go. I'm expecting to see the best of Phil. I'm expecting to see him play centrally, ideally. But if Pep, looking at the injuries that we have with regards to out on the wing, chooses to play him and use his strengths out on the wing and maybe bring a Bernardo Silva centrally. Who knows? But Igal, don't question Phill. Phill will be there.
He can be questioned. Same
Phill is
standard.
untouchable.
Wait, the player of the year. You're going to question the player of the year.
Same standard. Let me explain. The same standard David Beckham was held to, the same standard that Rooney was held to, the same standard that all the top players.
Hey, bro, I love how you mentioned Man United players when you said that, bro.
History,
I swear to God.
Even Gerrard was held to this standard.
No.
Even Gerrard was held to this standard. Harry Kane was
yeah.
held to this standard. Arsenal legends were held to this standard. If this guy wins Player of the Year and then has a stinker this season, when Rodri's out, when Kevin De Bruyne is not playing, when all these players are injured, off the back of a disgraceful tournament in the Euros, we have to start questioning: is he a system player, or is he a player, or is he a player who can actually step up in any circumstances?
I have to agree with regard to a certain extent. Yeah. So, for example, like I do believe that he can play in a system. Is there a player there? 100%. He's for me, he's a top baller, right? But in an England top, I feel like even then the players around him, I think he was playing up front with Kane, and it didn't look right. Or behind Kane, it just didn't look right at all.
Guys, can we stop? Let's
Saka
stop.
plays off the right, so you're not taking Saka's position. Whereas Foden, for me, I would have just played him off the right. You lot are trying to force him in the middle.
Can we stop? Hold on, please.
Bernardo Silva does it. Bernardo Silva does it.
Everyone,
can you hear me?
Know, is Phill Foden a system player?
Sorry, yeah, I can hear you, bro.
What's your answer? What are you saying he is?
He is. It's
you're
very
saying
clear.
All
Okay.
right, I want to say this.
On a rainy day when everything's going against City, he doesn't step up. When circumstances are decent, he steps up. And when asked to do stuff outside of Pep's system, he's incapable of doing so.
Okay, all right. Let me first say this first and foremost, because I love these clever arguments. I love these clever arguments because honestly, the majority of Phill Foden's season will be spent under Pep. So to say, can he do it outside of Pep's system? He's under Pep's system. There's no proving that he can't do it outside of Pep's system until Pep is no longer the manager. Now, also internationally, let's be real. England, I could care. I could care less what he does internationally for England, but at the same time, how many players actually shine or were shining under Southgate? How many were actually shining and doing exactly as good as they were doing in club for country? So let's stop with this.
They got to a final. Like, don't get me wrong, it could have been much better towards the end, but do you know what I mean? He's still Southgate's not the guy. Like, I'm not saying he is, but what I am saying is a lot of the players, like Sterling was doing bits, Grealish was doing bits at one point. Rashford stack up in the first. Yeah, it's a bit of a mad one.
Forget about that.
You can't just say that. Harry Maguire. There were some players that weren't that good, but they were still overperforming for England. Like Harry Maguire.
Is he getting the treatment of Man United players who are not necessarily the most impactful, but they step up during the season?
You bring up a great point, but this is the season to observe it. I know you want to ignore what happened last year when I had Holland out for 2 months, when I had KDB out for 5, and what Phill Foden had to do last year. I know you want to erase what happened last year.
No, I'm not erasing it. Rodri won the Ballon d'Or for a reason. He was there. He was the best player on your team. He was the one that stepped up. He's the one that showed all the heart. He's the one that showed he's the best player on the team. But yet, you guys still always picked up Foden. You guys still always said Foden was the main man. When everyone could see Rodri was the best player. My argument, Jay, in case you missed it.
I know, I've been listening.
Phill Foden is a system player. And in Pep's system, when everything is going perfect and he has all the key players around him, he plays well. But when he doesn't have things and it's very difficult and he's struggling and everything's on him, he doesn't do it.
Gabriel Martinelli or Phill Foden?
Right. So,
of course.
Yeah. Here's my issue.
I'm judging him based on a standard of player of the season.
So Igal, this is my issue with what you're saying about Phill Foden, because listen, I like Southgate. I think he's underrated by some people, blah blah blah. But the thing with Foden is he is the reigning, conquering, defending player of the year. Yeah, it's 9 games. He's the player of the year last season for the team that won the league. He's a guy that broke through in the hardest environment to break through at, which is Pep's team. So I agree with the points you make about Foden not shining for England, 100%. Yeah. But the thing is that you can't be disingenuous and not say that in the run-in last season, Foden was clutch. Very, very clutch. I vividly remember, off the top of my head, I remember the Everton game where they were struggling and Foden just picks the ball up, bangs it in, 25 yards out. Yeah, like back in the game. And he's done that. And I think the change in Foden from Stockport Iniesta, playmaker type, to more of a goal scorer type thing, that has an impact in terms of England too. You know, like he's not maybe the creator that he was a few years ago or that we thought he was going to be. Therefore, when he plays for England, he needs creators around him. So if you're playing him for England, you know, who's creating for Foden if he's not the creator? And then you get into more stylistic arguments and stuff. But above all, I think you have to respect the player. And I think 9 games is very early to be going on a victory lap or as to the player not being good. Do you know what I mean? It's too early. Like if
he continues at this level for the rest of the season,
but he's continued at this level prior to these 9 games. For the last 3 seasons, he's been very good.
Off the back of the Euros.
But are you saying that last year he was great and there was nothing before then?
I'm saying last year he was great, and everything before then, everything before then was not on the level that you guys are rating.
He was still good to very good.
He was still a very, very good player, and would have walked into most Premier League teams. He would have walked into
because his team wins. He's not viewed under a microscope the same way other players are. He could have a subpar season and go on and have a good purple patch, and everyone will still.
Can I ask you a question, Igal? Can I ask you a question? And yes. I like you, so I'm sorry because I'm trapping you with this question. But I'm trapping you with this question, and I know where the answer is going to lead, and you're going to have to grudgingly say your argument about Foden for England valid. Can I ask you, what did Vinicius Jr. do for Brazil over the last year plus?
Vinicius Jr. based on
no, that's what he's done for Brazil, because
he hasn't done much for Brazil.
Okay. So now, using the exact same logic that you used with Foden, is Vinny somebody that we need to question because his performances for Brazil were not of the level that we expected?
The reason why I would slightly disagree with that is because we've seen where Vinny came from and what he did to get to the Real Madrid level in the first place.
Where did Foden come from?
Sorry?
You've seen Foden's journey just as much as you've seen Vinny's journey. Yeah? Vinny came to Real as an 18-year-old. We've seen Foden as an 18-year-old.
So are you saying Vinicius Jr. is also a system player?
No, I'm saying your argument dictates that. I don't agree with your argument, but if I follow your argument closely and literally, that's what one would say.
To be fair, if you want to say Vinicius also has a quality team and without the perfect circumstances, maybe he doesn't perform well. But even right now, they have.
I'm not saying that. That's what you're saying.
But without the perfect circumstances, everybody performs worse, right?
No. But the thing is,
perfect circumstances.
One second. We've seen Steven Gerrard.
Henry struggled. Henry struggled under a Pep system. That doesn't mean he wasn't one of the greatest to ever do it. So many people struggled under a Pep.
We've seen Henry his last season at Arsenal without the same level of quality that he had in his earlier years at Arsenal, still take them to a Champions League final. We've seen teams.
If he had better players, would he have gone even further? No, but I mean, what you're saying is if you have perfect circumstances. No, but if you have perfect circumstances, inevitably perfect circumstances are going to make you a better player.
One second, let me bring it back to my main point, though. My main point is Phill Foden's performances so far this season deserve criticism. Now, if he continues continues these performances for majority of the season, due to the circumstances at Man City with the injuries and the players being out, it's fair to ask the questions. Is he a system player? Is he somebody when things are going down, chips are down, he's going to be the one that gets you out of that trouble? Because last year, as much as everyone wants to say Phill Foden was the guy, he was still not the most important player. You still had Haaland, you still had Rodri. When you look at the seasons prior to that, you have numerous players who are more important than him. My main thing is he's being put as this star player, this superstar, one of the best players in the league, but he's never actually had to be that.
I mean, did he not have to be that last season in the running?
No, Rodri was still the guy. Even if he missed majority of the season, Man City still probably would have won because Rodri and all these other guys were carrying Man City at times.
I get what
The player who misses games and they drop off was Rodri. It was never Haaland.
But the thing
when Foden's out, do you miss him? Is he missed?
You don't really miss him.
I feel like
Foden could miss 5 games in a row, man.
But even for England, though, I get it. There's a lot of quality in England, but if Foden was, God forbid, touch wood, he was injured for a tournament, would that be a talking point?
You might be better off.
I feel like I get the logic.
No. I'm saying you might be better off because now you have balance. You don't have to fit in Jude Bellingham and Foden. You just have Jude.
Listen, I hear where you're coming from, but I'm someone who, like Kane a few seasons ago, would start the season and he wouldn't score in August. It was a thing for a few years. I don't know if you guys remember. He would they would talk about it. Kane hasn't scored in August. He would go.
Then you get his annual hat trick versus
and then Igao at that time, Igao would come out and say, "If this form continues for the rest of the season, is Harry Kane a system player?"
Anyone who thinks I'm vexed, if you haven't seen any of my videos,
forever true. He's not vexed.
The one thing I want to be very clear about, and I talk about this a lot when I talk to people about players and stuff. People find it very difficult to distinguish between a very, very good player in average to bad form and a good player in very good form. There is a difference between those players, yeah? And I think that what you're trying to do is the first one. You're taking a very, very good player in iffy form, coming off the back of Player of the Year, and you're moving him down a notch to a good player who was in very good form. And I don't think that's actually right. I think you got to be fair to Foden and just be like, the guy was clutch last season. City won the league. Is there a question mark around England? Yeah. But I could also then say the question is the profiles around Foden aren't maximizing this version of the player. So he needs different profiles to do well. Therefore, he shouldn't maybe be playing if the profiles in the other positions are what they are. We need a different kind of player in that position. Therefore, they'll get more out of it. But for City, playing for the best manager in the world, he's got a role. He performs there. I don't think we can critique it if the best manager in the world says, yo, you're a key player of my team. Who am I to say, actually, Mr. Guardiola, you're wrong.
Listen, I don't really care what anybody says. He needs to perform. If he doesn't perform,
that's as close to you're damn right, Jay, as we're gonna get.
Jay, I'll tell you this. I don't know where Vader is. I hope he's back. We need to close off the Man City section. But I will say this: if Phill Foden does not perform this season, and I don't see him get the same level of criticism as the David Beckhams, the Rooneys, the Henrys, and everybody else, then he's the most overprotected player in Premier League history because he won a player this season. He won a player this season when he arguably was not even the best player on his team, let alone the league. And then on top of that, he went and had a stinker for England. He's still not getting criticized to the level. He's having a poor 9 games, and he's still not getting criticized to the level. And I'm telling you right now, if Bukayo Saka or Cole Palmer or anybody else from another team had the same level of start, they would get crucified.
No, but Igal, the thing is that you've got to understand, why does someone get criticism? You get criticism because your performance affects the team, and the team is not able to do what it's meant to do because you're not playing to that level. Now, if City continue to win, in spite of Foden performances not being at the highest level, then he's not going to get that criticism.
Yes, 100%.
because
One second.
Bro, could you imagine if
That's
Foden
even
played for
worse.
like
That's
a
even
different
worse.
club?
One second, that's
that-
even worse. If your team is winning despite you playing bad continuously, then that's even worse, especially when you're playing the season last year.
But the thing is, it's not as impactful to the overall performance of the team. So the
That's my
criticism
point,
won't be
though.
as high.
That's my point, though.
It's logical that the criticism.
That's my point, though. My point is his impact is in question because his team doesn't drop off when he plays bad, and his team may be a little bit better when he plays good.
How much has Foden even played this season for you to be saying this?
9 games.
Like, I swear the guy started like 3 games this season.
6 games. 6 games. If you include the Champions League,
He
I think
started 6 games.
He's played 9 games. Champions League.
How many has he started?
I don't know.
Oh, what, bro? Come on, man.
I don't know how many games he started, but you would think
Jay.
But why are we questioning?
No, but Jay, why is he always on City's bum, bro?
Yeah. Why is Phil Foden the most overprotected superstar?
Because every time we talk about City, bro, even in the chat, like, you're the first one to talk, bro. Is it because like you hate them on occasion? Is it because
do you know what it is? Yeah. Do you know what it is? Like I'm fair. So you got to respect the Premier League champions of 4.
Not when it comes to Man United, you're not.
That's all it is, bro. You're
and Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal and Chelsea, you're not fair.
Oh, you're saying, oh, you speak about the champions.
When it comes to City, bro, you got so much.
Like, bro,
you're one of the French
better than
force
the
for
team
City,
that
bro.
finished 8th. What do you mean, bro? Like,
bro, I'm just saying, though. Like, I'm just saying.
The reality is, Jay is right. Because they win, despite his performances, he won't get the same level of criticism. But my point is, based on that, he's overprotected because he's not being judged compared fairly to everybody else. Because other people are getting judged based on their performances alone. He's getting judged based on his trophies. So what's the difference between him and
Calvin? He scored 23 goals last season, Igal.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
In the Premier League, bro. In the Premier League, Foden scored over 20 goals in the Premier League last season.
He scored 19 last year.
19 goals. Sorry, 19 goals. Foden scored in the league last season. Yeah,
good job.
Good job. You know.
No, good job. That is very impressive.
Igal. How many of
your players? That is very impressive.
19 goals last season.
One second.
How many of your players scored? Igal, tell me quickly.
1 second. That is very impressive. I'll give him credit for that. But what I'm saying is, the 19 goals that he scored and the 8 assists that he got, he was integral last year. He was a good piece to the puzzle, massive piece to the puzzle. He still wasn't their best player. This season, I don't
even like Foden like that. Like people think I don't even rate Foden like. If you say bring me Saka over Foden, I'd say fine. But to say he's not a great player off the back of a Player of the Year,
I'm not saying he's a bad. 1 second. I'm not saying. 1 second, stop. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's not on the echelon. He's not on the echelon with Premier League greats. That's where he's being put off the back of a.
No one's put him on Premier League.
But that's where he needs to be judged. He just won Player of the Season. He needs to be treated as such.
Foden, 25 goals all comps last season.
Where he has regressed and no one's speaking about him.
Okay, but he's also reached levels. I think he's reached levels that those other players haven't reached either, as well.
I disagree. I think last year the 3 of them were very close.
I feel like Foden. Listen, I feel like he's already reached his peak. Though last season, I felt like was Foden's peak. I'll be real.
He's 24.
I don't know, bro. I think for me, the issue for me, I've always said this before. I think Foden is a product of a Pep system. I don't think would if you put Foden in like in an Arsenal, if you put Foden in a Chelsea, I don't think he could produce the numbers, bro. I'll be real. I think there's like a solid argument.
Is it a coincidence that we've got the Palmer Saka conglomerate?
Do you know what I mean?
Down, and we're already trying to feel
this Foden guy.
Is that a coincidence? Do you think?
I don't think. I think the fact they both have right-sided, left-footed players that have a claim to be the best in their position in the league, and they are downplaying a rival. I think it's a correlation. It's not causation.
Possibly, yeah.
It could be a coincidence.
I think it's a coincidence because the argument. Oh, God.
I just feel like we're gonna have to wrap this up because I know Ahmed agrees with me. Ahmed, my whole thing is just The guy is not. People are saying you can't call him a friggin' what do you call it? A system player, but we will have to see. Come the end of the season, it could be a situation where he gets his form back, and I'll tell you why. Kevin De Bruyne, not because of him. Kevin De
Not
Bruyne
because of
comes
him.
back. Kevin De Bruyne comes back. He's going to get the best out of Haaland and him.
Okay,
And
but
just goes to show you.
yeah, they're
Phil
both relying
Foden has
on
been
Kevin
Phil
De
Foden
Bruyne,
has
to be
been
fair.
very important for Man City for 3 years, not just playing in the Premier League, also playing in the Champions League. Can we agree with that?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
We can't agree with that.
The year
Very
they won the
important.
But
Champions League.
I would say it's listen, listen. Let me help our point here. Yes, that's true. But again, he's working, as I said before, in a pet system, as I said before, right? When he was in England, for example, yeah, let's use the England example. He wasn't in a system, playing the position
We've
that
had,
he should be doing.
Ahmed, we've heard this talking point. Igal used this talking point about 10 minutes ago. You weren't on stream. He's already mentioned this. You don't.
All right. Guys.
You're a couple of notes behind. You see.
I'm very
All right, guys.
people as
We're gonna have to talk about some of the other games. So before we get into everything else, Rack, we'll just talk about your team quickly. As Liverpool, let's be honest, you guys had some unfortunate injury news. Jota's out. You already have Alisson out. Now you have Chiesa's out. And you're going to be going up against Brighton at home. Are
That's
you
not
very
really
confident?
a big loss, Igal. That's not a big loss, though.
Yes, I'm
Hey,
very
they
confident.
signed this guy to be squad depth, and him getting injured in these kind of games where they could use some rotation does hurt.
I feel like he has more goals than Sterling though this season.
He
No
does.
way. Is that true?
Wait, Sterling doesn't have a goal yet? What are we talking about?
Kane hasn't scored, has he? Kane hasn't scored.
Dang.
Sterling has one goal,
maybe-
1 assist. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, my bad.
I get it. You don't want to watch League Cup games versus lower team sides. I get it.
Thank you, Igal. I appreciate that. You're not judging me for not watching Sterling bag against. Who did he score against? That just to remind us.
It was the first League Cup game. Who did we play again? I'm struggling to remember. We
Oh.
played Bolton Wanderers.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good. But listen, Chiesa's. Let's just assume Chiesa's like not available. Like, do you know what I mean?
Bro, he hasn't been available all
mascot this
season, bro.
season.
Like, can we touch on that as well, bro? Like, slots come in, yeah, and you have not backed him at all. You've given him an injured Chiesa, and that's it, bro.
Well, that's good. Good for the rest of the Premier League, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
No,
like,
but they're
come
still
on, man.
flying. They're still flying.
Bro, do you know
We're
what? Can I
flying,
just
man.
say something about Mr. Lego, yeah? Because this guy's in the chat just chatting hella shit, bro. Yeah, saying a London fan.
But why are you
Lon-
Well, 1 second. Don't let the chat bother you.
Oh,
No, bro. Because
1 second.
even
You were 1
You know
second.
you're basically saying that no one has an opinion.
Houses.
No, but
You were there last time. You seen the kind of shit people were calling me on my own stream last time.
But I'm just
They're
saying,
calling
though,
me-
innit? I
they're
want to make
calling
a
me some
point.
Random stuff, bro.
I want to
Yeah,
make a
they're
point to fans that watch football. Like, you don't have to be from a city to support that team. In London, there's many clubs. Yeah, Palace.
There's too many picking reds in
You
London,
got
man.
Fulham, you got
No.
Chelsea, you
Too
got
many fucking
Arsenal.
Reds.
Like, they were all my
Listen.
neighbors, bro. Believe it or not, mate. Like, the guy's sitting there saying, "Go and earn some money, bro." I've been a football
No,
coach
listen,
at these
listen.
clubs.
Wait,
Like, so what I'm saying is,
Wait.
Bro, all
Why
I
is he-
want to speak out. All I want to say quickly is look
just
at
saying,
it.
like,
Like, if you're
everyone
here
can have
for
an
what
opinion
you want,
on games.
They'll eventually turn water into wine. Like, look at Jack Napier. Me and him, best mates. Should have seen how he spoke about me a year ago. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
Jack
dude,
Napier
hope
was
you well,
on your
Jack. Hope you
case.
well.
Like,
Guys,
yeah, what a legend.
Let me just say this. It's Rack's team. I want to hear what he thinks about Liverpool Brighton. Then we'll quickly move on to Spurs Villa because I know Jay's going to probably be guaranteeing a win again.
So let's start with Brighton.
You're
Well, first of all,
Gloria,
actually,
no,
no.
he's
First
not
of all,
funny.
first of
Yeah,
all,
go ahead, Rack.
I'm very. First of all, I'm very confident. This
You should be.
Brighton, I saw it for the first time against when they played Chelsea. I thought this Brighton was going to be same as De Zerbi's Brighton, and they're not. They give away chance after chance after chance, and obviously Chelsea kind of took complete control and deservedly won that game. We played them midweek, and it wasn't a difficult game for us. Obviously, it's the Carabao Cup, but still, I
Danny
don't
Welbeck, watch
anticipate.
out.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to that, but
He's been
we-
on fire,
I
don't
guess-
you know?
sure. I mean, anyway, I expect us to beat them convincingly, and I've got a soft spot for Brighton because I used to live there.
Okay,
It's a nice
so-
town. And,
What about
Are
Welbeck,
you
man? Welbeck, no,
guaranteeing-
but are you hating? Why are you hating on Welbeck for, man? Welbeck, I think, is like doing top
no,
scorer in the league.
Welbs,
You know what I
Welbs.
mean? Listen, Welbs, you can do something, man.
Welbs.
You can do something.
Yeah.
I think Welbeck had
Um,
more goals than all your
Arsenal
players.
Arsenal legends, and all that.
No, he's not no
what-
Arsenal legend. He won trophies. in
I
Man
don't
United.
know. I don't know. He was all right.
Wait, Danny Welbeck right now
He was
has
one
6
of your better
goals.
players. When
Danny Welbeck has 6 goals. Mo Salah has 6 goals. They're both even.
Yeah, no, Danny, no, put some respect
So-
on Danny
so they're
Welbeck,
both-
man. He's
Welbeck's
Welbeck's
playing
got
up.
the
the
same
same
amount
player,
of
then.
goals as
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson right now, and one less than Palmer. Big up to
He
him, man.
scored against us. I think he scored against. Did he score against Charles? Did he
I
score
think
against-
Danny Welbeck has 2 less goals than Manchester United do this season. Crazy. But hey,
Anyway, I expect a convincing victory, and
Yeah, you're at home.
we move.
I expect you guys to win 3-0 or 3-1, clean sheet, or score a dodgy goal at the end of the game. Most likely, one or the other. But you're going to score a lot of goals. You're at home. You're confident, and Mo Salah's on fire right now.
Yeah, that should be a win.
Yeah, it should be a win. But you know what? So Rack, you're
Never
guaranteeing
know,
a
though.
victory.
Never know in the Premier
But
League.
to be fair, though, you know the Carabao Cup fixture, it ended 3-2. Like,
No, but that was a flattering scoreline.
I'll be real,
Cody
man.
Gakpo, you should have seen Rack's Twitter. It was just, oh my God, Cody. It was mad. He was loving Cody
Gakpo, man, he should have been gone this season. That's another guy I feel like, you know, if you're a Liverpool
No, but
fan-
he plays well in the Carabao Cup. Can he do it in the
Yeah,
league?
but what about the Premier League though? That's the thing. Listen, it's all well and good doing it in the Carabao Cup. EPL is the main
He's
thing.
all right.
Hey,
He's all
we
right.
got to
need him.
save some time for
I rate
Chelsea.
Cody Gakpo, Liverpool's third best finisher after Salah and Jota, in my opinion.
But he doesn't show it all the time. Let's talk about Spurs though. Spurs got
He doesn't
injuries
play all the time.
also. Van de Ven.
Third best finisher.
I'm not making fun of him, but the guy has
They've got, three,
has
they've
gotten
got
way
4
too many
strikers, so
hamstring
he's
injuries.
third. It's not
He's
great.
constantly injured, bro.
No, but I mean, he's also behind Jota and Salah, which most players would be behind Jota and Salah, I imagine.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, Cody Gakpo, I think it was misprofiled. I think you guys tried to sign him as a out and out winger. He's more of like an inside forward on the left hand side. And if you guys have Salah, who's already doing similar thing, it just doesn't matter.
My hot take is my hot take.
We didn't, he's always played on the left hand side or as a false 9. So he's never played it. So why I don't understand why we would have brought him to play as a conventional winger. Because if he was playing as a conventional winger, he was playing on Mo Salah's side and playing as a conventional winger, which obviously is not going to happen. So I don't think he's misprofiled at all. I actually prefer him in the false 9 personally because I think his link-up play is good. I think he's a good finisher, and I know some Liverpool fans have a different opinion. They prefer to see him on the left-hand side, but I like him. I think
in the bigger games he'll struggle.
I think Cody Gakpo. My hot take is in any other top 5 leagues, I think he would probably be one of the best. I just don't think it's going to happen for him in the EPL, in my personal opinion.
Maybe he can do a Nuno Tavares and go to Serie A. That guy's killing.
Tavares, man, I think he's top assist in the league, isn't it? 7 assists, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 8 goals away from setting a Serie A record. I mean, 8 assists away.
So listen, I wonder what happened, bro. I wonder what's going on, man. Maybe you know. I locked him up.
Is that what you're saying?
Arteta needed defenders. My man's a wing back. He's like Marcus Alonso. Anyways, let's go to Jay.
What's going on, man?
Let's go to Jay, guys. Jay, talk to me. Your boys just lost to Crystal Palace, gave them their first win of the season. You're now about to go face Aston Villa at away.
Nothing happened in between. No.
Wait.
Yeah,
you beat Man City. You beat Man City in a game they didn't want to win. You beat Man City in a game they didn't want to win. But
beat Man City in a game they didn't want to win. I personally would have liked to have been in the dressing room when Pep gave that pep talk, if you pardon the pun, and told his team, "Listen, lads, we don't want to win this game." Igal, just to talk a little bit on the City win. Great win, very good cup game. City played a strong team. Like I don't care what people say. Like it was a strong team. It was Rico Lewis started, Stone started, Diaz started, Ake started, Nunes started, Savinho started, Foden started. Who else started in midfield? Gundogan started. Like that's a strong team. Do you know what I mean? That's 9 first teamers. Ortega as well. So listen, it was a great win. We needed to bounce back. Palace wasn't great. But like the best thing about cup games is, you're still in the hat. This League Cup is looking like an all-timer. Everyone needs all these managers could do with a trophy. Slot first season, it would be nice. Arteta, the cupboard's been bare for 4 years. Could do with something in there. Obviously, what do you mean? Ange says he always wins something in his second season.
Yes, he does.
He does. Amorim coming into United. We're playing them in the next round. There's a lot of nice narratives. Palace,
is that Spurs or United? Is that Spurs or United?
Oh, conveniently, guess who's back? Guess who's back for this segment? Yo, Vader, you're back just in time to hear Jay talking about your team getting smashed.
I didn't. No. Listen. See, the thing is if he wasn't listening, you might have thought that that's the narrative that I was pushing on the game. When it is, in fact, very far from the narrative I was pushing.
He was saying, man, your team was weak, Vader, bro. He was saying, man, he ain't got the skills to pay the bills.
I'm sure you'll acknowledge that's lies.
Hey, the beauty about it is this is video. I can go back and see who's lying after.
Exactly. He's like, no, I was saying that I thought you went stronger than I thought you were going to go. I thought you had a good team out.
You thought we had a good team out?
I thought it was a good team. I thought it was a good team. I mean, like obviously from a positional point of view and stuff like that, you might make an argument. But I said, obviously it was a Rico Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Ake defense, which is a strong defense. Gundogan started, Foden started, Nunes and Savinho started. Obviously, McAtee is highly rated. He had a good game.
Yeah,
he had a good game. So listen, I think it was like, even if you look at what you had available, like, because you've got to also acknowledge that you had a number of players missing. So I think it was a good, strong team from what you had. Obviously, Bernardo came on. Basically, it was mainly just Haaland that didn't touch pitch of the players that you had that could have played this game. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the players available is why I'll give you the statement in terms of we fielded a strong team. I think this, of all teams that you saw, would have put the least amount of fear into you or any Spurs fan based off of that 11. But when you see a James McAtee who's looking to gain confidence under Pep, when you look at a Nico O'Reilly and him trying to show that he can be a first teamer consistently with the injuries that we have, and obviously no Rodri. And when you look at again, he's played many first team minutes, but he's a very young player, and he's shown to not be able to actually do enough of a job to have City fans very confident in him as a right back in Rico Lewis. But yeah, I'd say the team we fielded, funny enough, I thought we could have taken you guys to penalties, and then it's a 50-50. It's whatever happens.
It was like they played like, as in, once after the first half hour, the team was like, it was playing well. Like, as in, like, Nunes was good. Savinho getting injured, I think got us over the line a little bit. Like, because he was just starting to cook when he got injured.
Yeah,
but you know what, Jay? Before we actually partially spoke about this game already, I just want to get back to Aston Villa game. Are you going to guarantee another victory this time?
You can't guarantee. Listen, Villa are a good side.
Whoa! Another victory. When did Jay guarantee it? When was the last victory Jay guaranteed?
I said Palace. I said we're not going to lose to Palace, and then we lost to Palace. So
you actually said a little bit more than just that. You said a little bit more than just that. But you guys,
I feel
let
whatever.
me refresh everyone's memory.
I
You guys
don't mind.
love refreshments, right?
I'm curious what I actually said. I'm genuinely curious. So.
Team that stopped Palace from having the longest ever winless streak. Tottenham thing to do.
I mean, listen.
Well,
First of all,
what's up with the
like,
audio?
that's rude.
Can you not hear
And
it?
secondly,
Oh,
I'm
you know what I mean?
It's like it's such a listen. We're gonna beat Palace. Let's not worry. We've got a big week coming up. We've got Palace, then it's City in the Cup midweek, then it's Villa at home next week. So we've got.
So you won one out of the two. Not bad.
Yeah.
You
So
get the
like,
point.
I listen. My thing was more the Spursy narrative, which we then lived up to, and that I didn't want to have in that moment. But listen, Palace was very sobering. That was like I very much didn't expect Palace. So Villa's a tough game, but here's why I think
I'm just
we're
going
going
to
to beat
mute you.
Villa.
There's a lot of background
Oh
noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
So this is why we're going to beat Villa, in my opinion. So one, we played Villa twice last season, and like they beat us. They came to our stadium and beat us, but we had no defenders, and it was we were kind of. I'm still a bit annoyed about that defeat. Like we.
But you lost Mickey Van de Ven in this game also.
Van de Ven will be missing, but I'm not. I don't like to promote the narrative that if we lose one player, we should suddenly stop being able to win games. So cool, Van de Ven's missing. It is what it is. Like I expect us to overcome. The manager is paid to find solutions, so he needs to find some solutions.
I like these standards from you guys. Big up.
I always, bro. When have you ever heard me moan about injuries or this or that? I'm just like, cool. It is what it is. I know it might be refreshing. I know it might be refreshing for someone to not go into a game and be like, "Oh, woe is me." Whoa.
Hey, you know what?
My dearest mother, the defenders are all injured.
1 second. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I got a problem with the refereeing crew already for the Arsenal, Everton, and Newcastle game.
Of course.
Let it go, big man, please.
We're gonna talk about it in a second. But hey, before we go any further, Jay,
I'm really looking forward to that.
3-2. I think we're going to beat them 3-2.
3-2. I think you're going to lose to Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa have your number, and with Mickey Van de Ven out, potentially Son is going to be back. Yeah. We'll see how you guys play.
I don't think we had Van de Ven the last time we played them. Do you know what the score was?
And you guys beat them, yeah.
Yeah, it was 4-0.
At their ground.
At their ground, yeah.
But what happened? Oh yeah, you guys have had their number recently.
Well, you know,
they're good at One second. You beat them 4-0, then they beat you 2-1, then they beat you 2-1 again, and then they beat you 2-0, and then you beat them 4-0 again. Either you battered them or they beat you.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not really you haven't had their number.
It's just like Villa are a good. Yeah,
It's like who calls first. Anyway,
that's like Villa are a good team, but I've seen Villa against Bayern, and I think it'll be the game will look a bit like that.
Don't know, bro.
I gotta go. Hey, big up, boys. Yeah.
Wait. Man United. What the hell?
Before you go at me, I just want you to know you're losing on Sunday, so I hope you enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, bro, listen. Hey, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. How confident are you?
I'm 100% confident. That's how
100%.
100%.
Okay.
I told you guys. Last week.
Wait, before I go. Please.
I'm just gonna add one point. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm just gonna. Last week against Newcastle, I told you we're gonna beat those guys, and what happened? We beat them.
All right, cool.
So this gonna happen. Listen.
All right, bro. Let's make a halal bet right now. Yeah, a halal bet. Yeah. If you lose, you wear a Man United top next time we're on stream. If I lose,
I'll have United top.
Listen.
You got to buy one. The winner, the loser buys one. No. The loser, you don't only lose.
Has to buy all of us dinner.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
We got to get some benefit out of this.
You have to order.
You want to get involved in this as well?
I'm here. I'm winning no matter what. I'm getting food bought for me.
Who's in the UK? Who's in London?
I'm in the UK. You don't need.
I'm in the UK.
I'll just give you my address. Just send me an Uber Eats. Do you know what
I mean?
Listen. Everyone stop tagging along. 1 second. Stop tagging along. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so listen, bro. I'll be willing. Listen, like
let's do you know what we do?
We got Ruben Amorim. No, bro. look,
I'm saying,
if
listen,
Man
I'm
United
saying we're
win,
going
if
to
Man
do.
United win, I'll wear a Chelsea top the next time. If
I
you
think so.
said
Think-
100%.
I'm not willing to for myself a kit to do that.
You just said
But
you just said
what we do,
100%.
Yeah, I'm 100%. But what I'm going to
I
do
didn't even
instead
say
is that.
100%. And
So what I'm
we
going to
haven't
do
even got a
instead.
manager.
Wait, so let me
Gang,
continue for proposition.
I'm
Let's
making
hear his
£10.
proposition.
I'm saying we give £10 to whichever charity of our choosing, and then that's what
£10
we
is
do.
nothing, mate.
That's okay,
And-
man. Still, that's
No,
good.
and yeah, it's not a point.
Hey, that's
charity.
coming from the man that said 100% win.
Yes, I'm giving my
All
money.
right, all right. I'm just gonna
Okay.
say this.
But
I think
also-
you're gonna win now because of the fact that he said 100% win. Also, you guys just scored 5 goals versus a former Maresca side in Leicester City.
Oh wow,
And
They're
they
playing-
do look,
okay.
and they do
So-
look very
so-
confident.
That's a great point.
They do
That's a
look
great
very
point.
confident.
they're playing the
The
same
lo-
style of football as
The
Maresca.
loser has to sing. So if M loses, then he has to sing "Blue is the color," and if Ahmed loses, he has to sing "Glory, Glory, Man United."
All right, fair enough.
You
Oh
got
my
to do something on stream. You
Well,
got to do
hold on,
something on
what are
stream
you
for
lot
us.
getting out of this?
We got
you
to.
want something out of
No,
this?
we're not involved, mate. It's between
we're
you
here for the
two.
ride.
Look,
We're here for the ride.
panel, everyone here, you've heard me say it. Look, if you want,
Okay, guys,
I would wear a top, and you get me both ways. And guess what? The loser will just have to buy the top. So I'll
Guys,
give it to charity. How about
guys,
this? You can
I'm
buy
gonna
the
clip
top,
this up.
wear it, and then give it to charity.
1 second, guys. I'm gonna clip this up. I need everyone to give me their Vader. Can you come on camera for a second? I need everyone to give me their predictions quick, right? I'm gonna clip this up. So Manchester United at home versus Chelsea. I say Manchester United win. I go 3-1 Manchester United. What are you saying, Ahmed?
3-1 Chelsea.
M.
2-1 United.
J, you're on mute, bro. You ruined it. Rack, what are you saying?
2-2. I think it's gonna be a high scoring draw.
Oh,
Vader.
damn it, Rack. That's my score too. These guys are all hype and disappointment. It's gonna be a
Boys, I've got
draw.
to bounce, yeah?
All right, no worries, bro. Have a good
I'll
one.
catch you lot next
Good
stream.
one.
Have a good
Have a
weekend
good
as well.
Yeah,
Done,
Catch you
man.
on Sunday. Take
Done
care.
now. Next, we already spoke about Bournemouth, Man City, but quickly, Vader, what's your
Can I
score
ask you
prediction for Bournemouth?
before you go to that one? Yeah, I feel like just because I'm 100% confident doesn't mean means that we're gonna lose. I feel like we're underestimating us. Yeah, these guys. I feel like, in my personal opinion, blew their load, for lack of a better term, against Leicester. The way they were doing all their stuff, all the craziness they were doing, bro, like, what were you doing here? And also, I feel like this idea they were playing Maresca's style of play against them. It's not true. They've got a whole new manager. They've got a bunch of different players from when Maresca is there too. So I feel like, we're being very, disingenuous. And I feel like, particularly in this game, we're coming to this game in form. None of our starters played the game, barring like a middleweight game for 20 minutes. Everyone else did not play. 95% of the team was sleeping in London whilst we were playing Newcastle up north. Literally, they are locks ready. They've been rested. They are
All right, fair enough.
That's all I'm just saying.
I still believe you're gonna.
Mason Mount Derby, yeah, Mason Mount Derby.
Mason Mount's not even gonna be able to play. He's injured.
Yeah, Mason Mount's finished. Yo, by the way, talking about blowing your load, did you see what Enzo wants to do? He wants to leave his king.
Well, man, very, bro.
Enzo wants to leave his girlfriend for 6 years that he met at 17 years old to do his own thing.
We don't know. Agal, we shouldn't get involved in this stuff. We have no idea what the ins and outs of this are. We just have one person
mad, though.
possibly on. But let's honestly, it's just not.
At the end of the day, Gal, all I will say, that's why we've got Lavia and Caicedo and my boy Santos at Strasbourg.
All right, let's go. Enzo Fernandez, even if he's
I'm just shouting out his boy at Strasbourg.
Bro, I ain't Santos, bro. Wonder kid, bro. Listen, you need to read about him, bro. I'm telling you.
Let's get it. Why is he gonna fuming? I don't get it. But hey, let's continue, guys. We got over 400 people watching on all platforms. 138 of you guys watching on YouTube. There's no reason why we shouldn't have at least 100 likes right now. Do that. Next, Vader, give me your score prediction quickly for Bournemouth, Manchester City.
Ooh, give it to you quickly. This is a tough game to kind of predict. Yeah, huge pause. With these injuries, we can't keep clean sheets. I'm gonna say a 2-1.
Ooh, the way I would love you guys to lose.
Oh, of course you would. Of course you would.
The way I would love you guys to lose. Okay, so now it's time for me to talk to you guys about what's going on with Arsenal and the refereeing debacle. There is a referee in the Premier League who has basically told the PGMOL he's a Liverpool fan. He's not allowed to referee Liverpool or Everton games, but he's allowed to be a referee for Arsenal and Man City games in competitive VAR and matches. So explain to me how that's fair.
Because he's not an Arsenal fan.
Explain to me how it's fair.
And because he's not a Man City fan.
Explain to me how you have an official VAR referee who overturns referee decisions on the pitch and can recommend red cards. The
first thing you have to do is prove that he's corrupt. If he's corrupt, then I'm But then I'm willing to open discussion about any of the other things.
Innocent until
my thing is
Your first thing is you're saying this, and because of this he's corrupt. I'm saying
no. I have not said he's corrupt.
I'm just asking you to say he proves he's corrupt first.
1 second. I'm asking a question. How is it fair that Jared Gellett, who's from Australia, who's refereeing in the Premier League and has verbatim said he is a Liverpool fan who's not allowed to referee or be on VAR for any Liverpool or Everton match, is allowed to directly referee two teams that are in a title race with Liverpool?
Okay, can I before you guys go here, I want to tell a guy statistic. Do you know that 95 or 90% of the fans, the referees in the that are in the Premier League are either Manchester United fans or like Man City fans or Liverpool fans? They are
not documented.
Yeah, that is literally, if I'm not mistaken, pretty proven. So the point
not documented.
The point is, listen,
You sound like Donald Trump.
That's what I'm saying. So the point is, listen, all these guys already support all of these teams. It doesn't matter what you do. Again, it's like these guys know that they're under scrutiny. They know they're getting checked. If they make one mistake here, particularly in a game that they are a fan of, I'm pretty sure the PGMO knows. So they themselves know they have to be, what's it called? What's what I'm looking for? Impartial on some level. And listen, at the end of the day, man, I'm sorry, man. This complaint and whinging that I keep on hearing from Arsenal fans, boys, you don't need a referee to win a game. Your your play on the pitch can win you the game without the referee can't impede that. Can it? Can he? Can the referee?
Can I ask this question, because I recently found this out. I'm not sure if Rax knew this, but apparently Gavardio is a Liverpool fan and he plays for my club. Should I be having concerns there, Igal? Should I be thinking, how do we allow players that have fandoms elsewhere to play with clubs? Are we going?
That's not. 1 second. That's different. That's different. He's employed by your club. He's working for your club. I think when a player is playing for a club, they put their fandom aside. And they, for example, we had Paul Merson at Arsenal. He was a well-known Chelsea fan, had season tickets at Chelsea, but when he was playing for Arsenal, when he played in the academy to when he played in the first team, he was Arsenal through and through. It's just after he went back to play supporting Chelsea.
Okay, but who are the referees employed by?
The referees are employed by the Premier League, and in this situation, I'm questioning: could they subconsciously?
It's a PGMOL, right? But then the PGMOL is manages or looks after or owns, or is owned by the Premier League, right? So therefore, Arsenal also indirectly own him, right? Or pay him. So should everybody else be concerned that he give favourable decisions to Arsenal because Arsenal are paying him? No, none of us care. They make mistakes. Referees make mistakes.
I think it's a very
this is wild.
I think it's a very fair concern to have a fan who's documented as a Newcastle fan, for example, in Michael Oliver.
What is this documented?
One second.
Am I documented as a Liverpool fan?
Let me show you.
Are you documented as an Arsenal fan? What does this documented mean?
1 second. Basically, the Premier League referees, there's certain games that they're not allowed to referee because they're documented as supporting.
I know.
We get that.
They've declared it. I don't know what is documented. Like, what have they signed? Some kind of.
Yes, they basically when they join the refereeing board or whatever, they have to disclose which teams they support. So in notifying us which teams they support, it then notifies everyone that which teams they cannot referee against. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this, and the reason why we haven't spoken about the game yet, is because I came across this. So you have Stuart Atwell, who supported Luton Town.
You just
and
Let him go, Rax. Let him go. Let him go.
And there's teams that he's not allowed to referee against, right? Some of them, they're saying they don't know. But for example, Jared Gillett, they recently announced that he's a Liverpool fan, and he was born in Australia, so he's not allowed to referee some of these games.
When you say you came across it, were you just browsing the internet and then it just showed up?
No, he put in a ChatGPT prompt.
Someone was explaining to me. Someone was explaining to me.
Who is the source? Who is the source?
No, the person that was explaining it to me was when William Saliba was sent off for Bournemouth, the VR referee who recommended the sending off was actually a Liverpool fan.
So if it wasn't, so you're saying if he was a Liverpool fan, he would still be on the pitch. Is that what you're saying?
Potentially.
Igal, this is too much now.
One second. I honestly think this is a fair point. You should not have referees who have a vested interest in your team losing to refereeing your games.
No.
Look at some of these. Look at some of the teams these guys support. They support Sheffield Wednesday. Newcastle.
So if Arsenal lose the next 5 games and drop out of the title race, you're then okay with this guy refereeing your games, right?
At that point, he doesn't have a vested interest anymore.
Okay, right.
Wow.
No, because for example, Peter Bakes should not be able to referee if the title race is down to 1 point and Arsenal and Man City are facing Liverpool or very soon. This guy should not be able to have a season-defining decision being made in a game before you play that team.
So some of this stuff is bizarre. It says unknown. It says unknown, but can't referee Liverpool and Everton matches. What kind of source is this? This doesn't even sound like. When you say documented, what is this? This is not a document. This is someone's opinion piece on giving.
No, it's not an opinion piece. This is known.
This one. Stop. Pause it there. Peter Banks, the example you gave just a moment ago. Go back there. Peter Banks, unknown, can't referee Liverpool or Everton games
because he was born in Liverpool.
Why?
Because he's born in Liverpool.
Okay, but this is not from the Premier League, right? Because otherwise, it wouldn't say unknown.
The Premier League implemented a thing where teams that you support or areas which you were born in. For example, Aaron Barnes cannot referee any Wigan games in the Championship.
But you're saying this like we don't know this. We know that.
I don't think a lot of people know this. I was speaking to Terry and everybody on the terrace yesterday. None of them had an idea that some of these guys are not allowed to referee games in the Premier League.
Okay.
Did you know that Jared Gillett can referee every other team bar you and Everton?
I can't believe that Terry Flewers, who runs the Football Terrace, who's got 400,000 subscribers, didn't know that there's managers, there's referees that once they've declared their affiliation with the club can't manage them. This stuff has been common knowledge for years and years and years.
That's what he said to me yesterday, and I can send you the clip. But before we go any further, regardless what the referee situation, I expect to beat Newcastle. I expect it to be a convincing victory. And the only way in which Arsenal could potentially drop points is if there was a controversial, seismic change in the game.
Who's on VAR for tomorrow?
Wow.
Please.
Who's on VAR? It is Mr. Gillett.
Yes.
This...
That's a win for Liverpool.
You know what? This is absolutely brilliant. Igal has found another content source, right? In addition to doing match previews, player ratings, maybe some sit down panels. He's also on a ref.
I watch this every week.
Ref watch. That's what's crazy about this right now. He's not only gone from refs, now he's looking at VAR. This is absolutely
incredible. It gets even worse. Darren Bond.
It can't possibly get worse, Igal. It can't possibly get worse.
It does. Darren Bond is also a Liverpool fan. No, he's a Wigan fan. My apologies. He's a Wigan fan.
No, you're giving wrong information to people.
Yeah, he's a Wigan fan. The head
Referee's
referee.
going to get stretched now.
The head referee is a Leicester fan, so he doesn't have anything against us. But hey, there you go. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. I'm just gonna say Arsenal versus Newcastle. I spoke to Newcastle fans. You guys played with Newcastle twice recently. Honestly, I don't think Arsenal have much to worry about versus Newcastle away. I just don't know, is this the right game to give the 17-year-old Ethan a start in the Premier League, or should we wait?
You know he's not starting, bro. Let's say he's not starting.
I know he's not starting.
Whoa! Hold on. Wait. Why are you so dismissive of Newcastle?
Because Newcastle have not been playing well recently. Their first.
But did you not lose at that ground last season?
Yes, we did. Very controversial. Remember?
Hey,
You go.
Okay.
The most important question of the weekend. Are you
Yeah.
guaranteeing a victory against Newcastle? You're guaranteeing
I
it.
guarantee a win.
Yeah.
And the thing I would say also is that I think Newcastle, I think they purposely start their A team against us because they needed to get the A team in form. Because, in my personal opinion, they weren't scoring goals. I think we allowed them to score their first opening play goal, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
You allowed them.
Chelsea, that's what you guys do.
In the 2-1, no, because in the 2-1 win, so like in the 2-1 win against us, right? We actually allowed them to score an open play goal for the first time, I think, in like 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. They obviously didn't beat our B team, right? And then now, listen, and they're in form now. Is that scored a goal? You never know, man. They might be feeling themselves after a performance against Chelsea away at home. You know what I mean? The crowd buzzing. You know what I mean? St. James's Park. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
All I have to say is, looking at these images, I still don't know how.
Oh no! He's gone back to last
Oh.
season again.
He's done it again, Jeff.
You need therapy.
He's done it again, Jeff.
End
He
the
needs
stream
therapy.
now. End it. Finish.
You're saying I have a problem. I can't talk about
Yeah,
refs?
you need therapy.
You have a problem with referees, man. You need to let go.
Okay.
Hold on,
I'm
one
gonna
sec.
clip this-
Can I
I'm
just
gonna
really
clip this
quickly,
part.
hold on. Hey, Gal, can I understand from you really quickly? When you show those clips, are you not saying that was the wrong decision? So
Yeah.
therefore, you're saying it's the right decision when it was disallowed, when they said it was a foul against you. Is that not what you're indicating? Because they can't be different answers. Because if you're saying that goal at Newcastle should have been disallowed, that means that when you have similar situations, that should also be disallowed. So this isn't the gotcha you think it is.
First things first.
If
The
anything,
reason
you're
why I'm
saying
saying
you're
it should be
reinforcing it
disallowed
should be.
is because I think the ball is out. Number one. Number two, the player has 2 hands on the back of the guy. He was riding him like a horse. It was crazy.
What do you think Havertz was doing? Havertz was going like whack-a-mole. Havertz was like, bah, bah. You see that one where the guy's just slapping everybody?
Okay, so if the
That's what
Liverpool
Havertz
goal
is
shouldn't
doing.
have stood, that Newcastle goal shouldn't have stood. Simple.
Oh, bro, but like, what about when Odegaard was playing basketball the other season?
That was a penalty. We should have been. They should have been awarded a penalty.
What about
And if that means-
what about when you were playing Bayern?
Yeah, where was
And,
that
Gabriel
referee
picked the
from?
ball up?
Where was that referee from?
That should have been a penalty.
Oh, okay. All these should have
That's
been
what I'm
penalties.
saying.
You're not
No,
stopping
but
about seeing.
one second. You guys aren't streaming me all the time. When referees get things wrong and it goes in our favor, I say it should have been this. We got
No,
lucky.
you don't. No, you
100%
don't.
I
Ika.
do.
It's never
100%
mentioned
I do.
ever again.
Okay, don't be dishonest. Anyways, let's do the final prediction of the day. I'm going with the 2-0 Arsenal victory. I think Newcastle are a poor side right now, and I think we're going to beat them convincingly.
I'm actually
Rap.
crying my beard at the moment.
I'm gonna say what's his name? What's the referee of the VAR's name?
Jared Gillett.
I'm gonna say Jared Gillett is gonna come through for Liverpool. 2-1 to Newcastle.
All right, what are you saying?
Last minute pen goes to VAR.
Oh, man.
Gerard
I
Gillett
could
sticks
see-
it in the
That's
bottom
funny.
corner.
You know, I could genuinely see this game, happening similar to what happened last year. I could actually see something similar happening again. You know what it is, man. These, especially these like 12:30 p.m. kickoffs in the UK, like the morning kickoffs always have something crazy happen. So you know, I'm gonna say 2 scores. I could see it actually being a draw, like a 1-1 draw, or my hot take, I think Newcastle might be able to sneak one in. I could see Newcastle hitting a little sneaky 1-0, and then just locking up everything up, man. Just locking it up.
All right, what are you
Gerard
saying,
Gillett
Vader?
masterclass.
Final one.
If Saka's back and we know how important he is for Arsenal, right? I don't know why you guys are talking so poorly on Newcastle, right? Ahmed, didn't they recently beat you guys?
That's what I said, bro. I was saying literally they got into form. They got into form.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough game. We're gonna need Saka to step up. Saka's gonna have to step up to pull this one through. I'm gonna say
Is
2-1.
Gabriel play?
2-1.
Is Gabriel play?
Yeah, Gabriel's going to be playing. So is Ben White. And also, finally, guys, last question.
What's the Saliba still out?
Last question. Gabriel's going to play. Ben White's also going to be available. Saliba's going to be available. Saka's going to be available. My question to you guys is, Arsenal, this season compared to last season, less wins, less loss. Do you think it's the same, worse, or better than last season's start to the season, the first 13 games?
It's been worse, no?
The first 14 games.
You want us to
You mean
compare?
cup and domestic, or are we trying to tell us to predict your first 14
Just answer this question. Do you think Arsenal have the same start to last season, a worse start than last season, or better start than last season based on points in the Premier League? Let me everyone go right now.
Oh, I got you.
Better, worse, or the same?
I think you guys are the same.
Ahmed?
I think you guys are the same.
I think it's the same, no? Or like
Points wise, it's the same.
Okay.
Points wise, you guys are the same.
Sorry, Rack, what are you saying? Same, worse?
I'd like to know, are we talking about playing the same opposition? Are we playing for like games?
Points.
Better.
Okay, I was waiting for one of you guys to say worse because we actually are the exact
I know,
same.
but that's exactly why you asked the question, Igal, but none of us fell into that trap.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
You have the same amount of points, Igal, but
the same amount of wins, losses, and draws. For fuck's sake, everything is going to be fine. People need to calm down.
The thing is, you can be the same,
but
other teams can be better than what they were last season. So.
Hey, once that 10, 13 game winning streak comes, Liverpool, Man City, watch out. Everybody, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
And also, after we finish with Newcastle, we're coming for your team next.
Listen, I might go to the game, I'm trying to get a ticket, so I might be at Stamford Bridge to watch you lose.
You're going to witness it live, the league title winning side, Arsenal.
I might need to listen. I might need to go back to listen. They need me, I think, on Sunday for that extra views.
You're going to witness your first Chelsea loss, don't worry. Anyways, we're out of here.
By the way, fun fact, Igal, before you go, every time I go to Stamford Bridge, the worst I've ever had is a 2-2 draw against Everton. That's the worst thing I've ever seen at Stamford Bridge.
Wow.
I've no losses.
You've never watched the Arsenal game at the Bridge.
No, I've had no losses whenever I go to the Bridge.
You've never watched the Arsenal game at the Bridge. We turned the Bridge into a
no. Listen, maybe I've not been. Listen, they're hot tickets in it. That's why. But like, listen,
bro, we turned the Bridge into a brothel. Don't forget that. Anyways, we're out of here.
The Emirates used to be a brothel for us too. Hey, let's not do that, bro.
It hasn't been recently. You turned
the last 2 seasons. That's because the last 2 seasons.
These London turf wars.
I could comfortably say none of you guys beat me in the Premier League over the last couple of years, but fair enough. Anyways, I got to go out. Vader's got to go out. Jay's got to do his thing. Ahmed, you got to do your thing. Shout out everyone. Catch you guys in the next one. Ahmed's going to be live later tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
No, tomorrow, because I came a little bit late today. I need to relax a little bit.
All right. I'm going to be doing a post-match reaction either immediately after the game or at 5:30. But regardless, we'll do a post-match reaction. And we'll be back Sunday to talk about all the guaranteed victories. But we're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. And people calling me deluded, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Depends what you think.
Gerard Gillett for the